Dreaming of buying your first car or a new home? Knowing your FICO score is the first step in making it real. With MyFICO, you can check your score for free and it won't hurt your credit. You'll get your FICO score, full credit reports, and real-time alerts all in one simple app. Your credit score is more than just numbers. It's the key to building the future you've been working toward. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app and take the mystery out of your FICO score.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Wednesday, July 12th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. The biggest news of the day comes from TikTok, who are testing an option to save posts without watermark when you make a new post. Right now, when you make a post on TikTok, you can certainly download that post as part of the creation process. However, it will have a watermark on it. The team at Instagram has gone on record as saying that posts that have watermarks will not do well and will not be boosted by the algorithm. So the question is, why is TikTok doing this? Well, first, they probably know that the rest of us are going to ssstik.io and downloading our TikToks that way without the watermark. However, this is kind of a pain in the neck to do and adds more steps than is necessary. If you can save your post without a watermark and share it to another platform, which if you created your post on that platform and it did have a watermark, which platform are you going to be more likely to create content on? Do you see where I'm going with this? You're going to be more likely to create content on the platform that lets you download without the watermark, so then you can push it to the other platforms. This makes a lot of sense. I like this move by TikTok. I will link to the image in the show notes so you can check it out for yourself. Okay, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about the metaverse. A lot of people have forgotten about the metaverse. In some cases, that is for good reason, but we have an interview with the vice president of the metaverse at Meta. His name is Vishal Shah, so stick around for that.
This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
And we're back. You may have noticed that there has not been a lot of information about the metaverse in the news recently. However, Vishal Shah, who is Meta's vice president of Metaverse, was recently interviewed for Fortune.com. Just as a reminder, Vishal Shah used to be vice president of product at Instagram before Mark Zuckerberg promoted him to be vice president of the Metaverse. Anyway, here's a clip of him talking about not only where Meta is in the stream of building the metaverse, but also how other people are thinking about it and why the metaverse isn't dead just yet.
Dead. Is the metaverse dead?
I hope not, because then I'm really out of a job. No. Look, I think the metaverse hype is dead.
Okay.
I think we were in a hype cycle, like any new thing, and those that invested last year because it was the hype, yeah, they lost conviction. We didn't invest for the hype. We have been investing in this space for years. The Oculus acquisition was 2014. We believe in this next generation of computing, and we're invested in it for the long haul. And so we've always said, when we rebranded the company in 2021, this was a long-term investment, 10 plus years. We continue to believe deeply in that, but it's not going to get delivered in a year. So I'm actually pretty happy that there was both a hype and a trough of disillusionment last year. It was tough to live through that, of course, ourselves. But now we can put our heads down and build, because that's what it takes to build something difficult. We have to iterate and do it publicly.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely entered your role, I think it was July 2021 when you started, and about October 2021, there was the rebrand of Facebook to Meta, going all in on the metaverse, the peak of the hype cycle, and then the pendulum swings the other way, and now there's extreme skepticism that this is even a real thing. What have been your big learnings in that time as you've been leading through ultimate hype and ultimate skepticism? What has worked? And as a leader, you have to make the tough calls of what to kill, what to walk away from, and how have you been doing that?
Yeah, it definitely was difficult in the sense that there was a lot of excitement, And it felt like anything we put out there was going to kind of ride that hype cycle. But that was part of the challenge, is that I think even we bought into the hype more than the rebrand went better than we thought it would go. We were hoping we'd have to really convince people that this was a thing that we cared about. But it was, everyone kind of latched onto it, and if you didn't have a chief metaverse something at your company, you were doing something wrong. The thing to focus on, I think, that we learned really was, if you're making a long-term bet, know that it's a long-term bet. What are the steps to getting to that end game, not trying to get there really too quickly? So for us, for example, we launched Horizon World, which is a product in the metaverse, not the metaverse as a whole, but our universe in the metaverse. And I think it was right to launch the product, because you can only iterate on something inside the building for so long. You got to put it out there and get people to use it. So I think that was a right call. But then you have to iterate and say, okay, what's working, what isn't? There were certain parts of the product that had a lot of friction, that weren't working, so we said we have to stop shipping new things and get the core to be healthy. The entire Horizon team today is not gold on growth. It's gold on retention.
So it's not gold on getting more people onto it, or user numbers, or even, is it engagement, is it retention? Like, how are you? It's retention. Okay.
It's retention. We're building something new. And when you build something new, you can't just expect it to work on day one. You have to iterate. Anyone that's built a new product knows that you don't launch something on day one and it just works. You have to put it out there and you have to iterate. Now, we did it in a really public way, because obviously we branded the company, but we are now focused on some of those fundamentals. Are we getting the core mechanics right? Are people coming back and enjoying the experience? And then, there's ways to help it scale, but really focusing on those fundamentals and knowing that it's iterative because we're convicted on the end game is really important.
That clip's a little long, but you get the concept. They're really focused on the long game, the 10-year plan. Sure, people are not hyped about the metaverse right now, but what does life look like in 2033? Probably quite different, and maybe there will be more metaverse things. What that looks like, to be determined, but that's what they're trying to set themselves up for. That's going to do it for today's show. Hopefully you liked hearing other voices on this show. That is something I really try to do, so it's not just me all the time. I really enjoy incorporating other people's interviews and skill sets and learnings on this show in audio format. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy what I do, please leave a review on Apple Music or on Spotify, wherever you listen, that you can leave a review. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much, and be sure to come back tomorrow for more tech news or social media strategy or something else that I think is really important for you to know.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave, without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.